Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Keeping Goals. If you're new here, my name is Conor O'Keefe and Keeping Goals is a vlog following my attempt at becoming a professional goalkeeper. We're back in Loughborough, some beautiful weather at the minute, lack of clouds, no rain, still a little bit cold, but nice and sunny. And it's back to the grind. We were in Sweden a couple of weeks ago, you saw that on the vlog. I was trialling out there for some professional teams. But we're back in Loughborough now, where I study for my degree and play for the football team. So we have football games going on, books, non-league, county cup. My degree's up and running again for semester 2, same as Jonny. And we're back to it. As you saw in the intro, Jonny came along yesterday to watch Loughborough football playing in the Midland Football League, as we normally do. Unfortunately, I wasn't playing, and that's due to the fact that during my time in Sweden, I managed to pick up a shoulder injury. Diving on the ice in the snow led to an impact injury in my shoulder, which has put me out for the last 10 days or so now. So in today's vlog, I'm going to talk about injuries, how I deal with them, what my perspective is on injuries, and my experiences in order to help you, hopefully, overcome any injuries you have yourself now or in the future. When I was younger, if I ever got injured, what would normally happen is I would try and rush back too quickly. I love playing games. I love the competitive feel of games. And when I'm not part of a squad because of injury, I feel like I'm missing opportunities. I'm not showcasing my ability. I'm not showing people what I can do. And I'm missing out on important games. So I want to be back as quickly as possible. That's what used to happen when I was younger. As a result, if I had an injury, I'd often take shortcuts, not do the full rehabilitation process, maybe lie and say, yeah, I'm fine, when I wasn't really. And all those things often add up to coming back way before you or your injury is ready. And that presents a number of issues. If I came back too soon, I might be playing and protecting my injury, not playing to my full ability, looking after the injury, and as a result, not playing to my full potential, not showing people what I can do. Also, I might make the injury worse if I'm playing before it's fully ready. And then I'm out again, I'm on the sidelines again, I'm getting more frustrated, I'm wasting more time. So overall, I quickly realised that rushing back from injuries did no favours to me or my team, as it made me perform at a lower level. It cost my team results if I wasn't performing to the best of my ability, and it harmed me further, made the injury worse. So now, as I get older, I now understand the importance of following that full rehabilitation process of an injury all the way through before coming back. I start to rely on the expertise of the people who actually know what they're talking about, be that physios or doctors. We're very lucky at Loughborough to have a physio staff that look after us as athletes, and I trust their opinions, I trust their expertise, and I follow their instructions to the letter in order to get me back stronger. That might take 1 week, it might take 5 weeks, but they know what they're talking about. So I follow what they say, and I do it when they tell me to do it, so that I get back where I'm supposed to be. So for this injury, a shoulder injury, that is obviously a very important body part as a goalkeeper. Every movement I make during training, during games, incorporates my shoulders, be that handling, diving, etc. So my program was, I returned from Sweden with the injury, I spoke to the physios, I had the initial assessment, and the first week was spent getting rid of the pain. I had to rest, ice, compression, elevation, and the whole week was spent managing and reducing the initial pain in my joint. After that week, I was then able to see them again, seeing the physios all the way through, and move on to strengthening exercises. They would give me the exercises that I needed to do, and I would follow them to the letter. How often I did them, how I did them, what weight I did them. I tried not to rush myself. I tried not to go too heavy too soon or too often too soon, but continually working hard to get better each day. After that, I start moving into goalkeeper specific movements. Can I go through the full range of my shoulders? Can I incorporate handling, taking a ball, The end stage for me is to be able to make a save one-handed, landing and diving all on that shoulder joint. So I'm working up to that point. I'm building those building blocks. But if I rush too soon into that movement, damage my shoulder again, I'm back to square one. So the key is that I have to build up slowly, obviously working hard to do it as quickly as I can, but following the guidance of the experts so that I do it properly. It's hard, especially at this time of the season. We're coming to the back end of the season. We're in the knockouts of books. There's important league games in the MFL. We're coming to the semi-final, final stage of the County Cup. These are all huge games that we've worked all seasons for, and these are the games that I want to be a part in and contribute to. But if I come back too soon and I'm not fully fit, I might damage the chances of my team succeeding in those big games. So if I'm not 100% and I come back into those games and lie and say that I'm ready when I'm not, and I don't perform to my full ability, I'll be letting down the players, the staff, the coaches, the whole club who have worked hard all season to be a part of those big games. I want to play, but I want to be able to contribute in the way that I know I can and not let anyone down. So instead, I have to work during this rehabilitation time to come back even better than I was when I got injured. It's then my job, when I'm fully fit, to earn my place back in the team, to contribute, but to bring them something new and maybe give my team a boost in order to win those important games at the end of the season. As a result, I now see injury periods as an opportunity to work on areas of my game that maybe I don't get the chance to focus on during a manic season when you're training every day or playing twice a week. So, for example, I can now use this time to watch past games, analyse my own performance. I can watch Loughborough games or even professional games, watch the goalkeepers, try and see the game from a different perspective, try and learn something new. I can work on in the gym, not only strengthening my shoulder, but on my core stability, on my flexibility, on my leg strength, these areas which I may not have been able to focus on before. At the same time, the mental side of football, equally as important, but something we don't often focus on. So I can use this time to work on my patience, my self-discipline, work on how I prepare for games when I'm fit again. What can I do to be in the best shape possible for the last few weeks or months of the season? Try and see these injury breaks as an opportunity to improve other sides of your game. That way, when you come back and you're fully fit and you've recovered, you're not only back at where you were before, but you've improved in other elements of your game. You've taken your goalkeeping or your playing to the next level. So, in summary, what I'm trying to say is follow the rehabilitation process fully. Don't rush, don't cut corners. Make sure you fully get rid of the injury you have and strengthen that area. But also use the time out as an opportunity to work on other areas of your game so that you can come back to the team a better player than you were when you left. And I hope my views and my opinions can help you if you're struggling with injuries or if you have injuries in the future. But now I'm off to the gym. I've got some shoulder work to do, some core, some legs, some flexibility, all those things I've told you about. But I hope it's given you some value. I hope you've learned something from it. Thank you for Jonny for walking all the way to the gym with me on this route. But thank you for watching this week's episode of Keeping Goals. Please like, subscribe, share. I know that I say that every time, but please press that like button if you can. It really helps us to spread the channel and to grow it. But thank you for your attention as always, and we will see you in the next one. And that presents a number of issues. When I was younger, oh, the camera's gone up. We're very lucky at Loughborough to have a physio staff that look up. We're very lucky at Loughborough to have a physio staff that look up.